All right, so welcome to our yoga practice, Yoga for Health, allowing our practice to act as a means of bringing us into a state of harmony and balance. All right, so my name is Heidi Grace, and it's a pleasure to get to practice with you. I have a deep love of yoga for many reasons. It has been such a peaceful sanctuary for me, and also, of course, has provided opportunities for challenge. So with our yoga practice, we find that it brings everything to the surface. We are enhancing our self-awareness, and we may even start to bump into some things that are even slightly uncomfortable. Always maintain the intention that as we are moving and breathing, that as we encounter these different challenges or energy blocks or tightness or emotions, processing them here on our yoga mat is a very peaceful and beneficial way to clear out the impressions that we take in. So every day we have the physical impressions from either repetitive movements that we're doing or just general wear and tear, strain. And then we also have the impressions that we're taking in through our senses. So we have the food that we eat, the mood that we're in when we're eating the food, the mood that we were in when we cooked it. We take all of that energy into ourselves. What we're reading, what we're listening to, what we're seeing. So it's nice to nourish yourself with lots of colors and light. And with that, taking in these impressions, it's helpful to have a way to let them go so that we can be more fully and more completely in the present moment without all of the filters or all of the past impressions acting as a kind of thick filter. So with our practice, we're moving, we're breathing, we're intending to be more and more in the present moment in this practice, and then as we move off of our mat as well. So that this pure presence, we can have an impression, we digest it, and we let it go, as opposed to having an impression, stewing on it, thinking about it, getting hunched in the shoulders, and wondering about it for the next day or 20 or we get the point. So with our practice, we're moving and clearing energy and impressions from our body, from our minds, and from our hearts. So let's start off as we land. We'll just go ahead and bring our hands to our hearts, and so not our actual anatomical heart, but our spiritual heart. So in the space of our center, you might place one hand on top of the other, settle back into your seat. And if you would like, you can sit on a pillow or a cushion, just something that feels comfortable for you. You can even do this sitting in a chair. All right. So if it feels safe, you might close your eyes. Exhale your breath all the way out. And then begin to inhale, sipping in that breath. Inhale in deeply. Retain the breath at the top of your inhale. Hold it for just a moment, just a pause. And then when you're ready, exhale either through your nose or through your mouth. Let's do that again at your own pace. Inhale deeply in through your nose. Inhale a little bit more. Good. Now hold that breath. Just contain that breath. Hold it for just a moment. And then again, either out through your nose or through your mouth, exhale. Good. And now just pause for a moment, letting your breath return to a normal, natural pace. And here, just really arriving. Take a moment to give yourself a little thanks. Thanking yourself for this time of self-care so that you can find more ease, more harmony, more balance, more peace in your body, mind, and spirit. And then maybe there are a couple of other things that you are grateful for, something perhaps that happened today. Or maybe there's a person in your life. And as you bring about that feeling of gratitude, as you start to feel grateful, scan through your body, your mind, your heart, your awareness, and notice the effects of gratitude. And now bringing to mind someone that you are grateful for. Perhaps it's family, friends, loved ones. Picking one person and then thinking about one of the qualities that you really love about that person. One of the things that brings you great joy. And then noticing again that feeling, the feeling of gratitude. And now also the feeling of that quality. Maybe they are funny, lighthearted. Maybe they always make your favorite meal. Whatever it is about that person, just also now enjoy being steeped in the energy of that quality. And know that this quality is also in you. And now we'll bring our awareness back to our breath. So we'll find full awareness. So you don't necessarily have to change the pace of your breath. Bring your awareness to your inhale. As you're inhaling, just observing the sensations, the feeling. Good. And exhale. Now slide your hands to the sides of your ribcage, or just even just below your bra line, your bra strap line. And just your hands onto the side of your ribcage or your low ribs. Stay with that full awareness again. Inhale. Noticing the feeling, the movement, the awareness of your breath, and then exhale. Good. And then let your hands come to rest a little lower onto your abdomen or around your belly. And then full awareness again here as you inhale. And exhale. And now bring your hands together in front of your heart. In this hand position, this mudra, it naturally invites harmony and balance. Tomorrow is 2222, which has a powerful energy in numerology. It's being celebrated and honored in various ways around the world. One is a global meditation helping to increase harmony and balance for all beings. As you cultivate that here within yourself, the balance between your left and your right hand. Awareness, perhaps resting into the center of your chest. We'll call this your heart center. And then a little bow of your head towards your heart space. A little smile, giving thanks. And then as you are ready, gently lift your gaze and open your eyes. So we're going to take note of which leg is in front. So it may be as you're crossing, maybe your right shin is in front, or maybe your left. Whichever one is in front, it's fine. We'll just notice which one. And if you would like, again, you might sit up onto a little bit of a blanket for a minute. So more of a pillow under your seat if that works. All right, so with this one, we're going to work with a breath where it's 2 inhales and then an exhale. So we'll have our hands again from the space of our hearts. And as we inhale, we'll do. So in, And then exhale, hands back towards the heart. And you might, if your nose is clear, inhale in through your nose. So as you are ready, we'll inhale, inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, inhale. Good. Exhale. So letting this be to open up your heart. Inhale, inhale. Maybe a little lift of your chin. Exhale. Nice. 2 more times. Inhale, inhale. Exhale. Once more. And exhale. Good. All right. Now, that outer leg, for me, it's my right leg. I'm just going to lift that leg up and holding on to your leg. We'll just stir it around a little bit here. So you're circling around the space of your hip. We're just moving your leg around a few times one way and then a few times the opposite direction. Good. Now scanning through your whole body, keeping your eyes relaxed. Good. Your shoulders as relaxed as possible. And then we'll investigate here. You might just hold on the back of your leg. We'll just twist that ankle. Circling your ankle a few times one way, a few times the other way. Got a little carried away with mixed nuts yesterday, so there's a little bit of dry cracking in my joints. Oh, yep, there we go. All right, good. And then you might just rock that leg a little bit here. Let's give it a rock. Hold on to the foot if that works. Some of you, if you go into a deep hip opener, typically, you might hook your foot into your arm crease. I think I sat at the computer too long today. That variation feels a little tight in the low back. All right, so now that leg extended out long. And now here, you'll just gently begin to investigate. So saying hello to that leg, just running your hands down the leg and coming back up. And inhale up. Good. So the rubbing action is a grounding quality. So getting into the space of our muscles. You can work with the body and its elements in different ways. This one just gives us that nice sense of coming home. If we spent too much time in our head or on the computer screen today, we're coming out of the ethers and back into the here and now in this embodied shape. Maybe if that foot feels like it's a little far away, you can always bend that leg in a little and just say hello, massage that foot just a little bit. So if you are, put that leg out, massaging it while it's out there. Just make sure that you're tending to yourself, creating harmony and balance, trust within you. All right, very good. All right, and now let's bring it back in, and let's do some Sufi circles. So start to circle around. So I still have that same cross of the legs, the right ankle or the right leg is in front. Now you might investigate here. Inhale back, exhale forward. Getting some movement in the spine. So every day it's good to get your spine to move in all different directions. And let's change the direction of those circles. So if you've gone in one direction for a while, switching it around, just let it be an organic movement. Let it be more about paying attention to your breath, being grounded in this present moment, and feeling into what's right for you. All right. And then coming back to center. Now this one's a little different. We're going to, probably Pisces inspired, do a little bit of a wave of the spine. So you're going to inhale, reach your heart forward, and then rocking back. So I'll turn sideways just so you can see perhaps a little bit more of what we're doing. We'll in rocking forward, and you might have your hands on your knees and then leaning back. So you might imagine a porpoise or a dolphin. We're going to diving through the waves. Now again, just investigating. Okay. You might feel a little weird, and that's all right. It's good to be playful. Always helps to have a beginner's mind and to find our childlike qualities. All right, so after porpoising back up to center, find a full breath in and a full breath out. Then we'll take the other side. So bringing your other leg. So for me, that's my left. And just giving it a little rock. So first, I'll think we stirred it around. So we'll circle. My left hip just told me that. And looking forward to that hip circle ever since the first I got it. All right. So we want to be always kind to our bodies. And in fact, if you've done any affirmation work, you know the power of even speaking to your body. Hello, sweet hip. Why you feel a little tight and crowded in there? Well, I'm so glad that these hip circles are working it out for you. All right, good. And then let's go ahead and do that ankle circle. So first releasing, and again, you can hold on the back of your leg, circle that ankle around, circle it the other way. Good. So having our ankles be flexible without any tightness accumulating, this improves our balance. If our ankles get tight, we're not able to make the tiny little adjustments, micro adjustments that help us to balance. All right. And then we'll go ahead and do that rocking. So again, you might hold your foot and your knee, just a little rocking here. And then for some of you, if it feels right, if you do a lot of hip openers, you might hook your foot into your elbow crease and rock that leg. I feel like my hip is okay with it, but my jaw sure is having a lot to say about this. So we always want to have our awareness scanning through our whole body. So we notice what is really going on. Another good indicator to notice is if we got into the pose and we stopped breathing, maybe we went a little too far. Good. All right. And here, let's take that cross where the left ankle is in front, or if you have the opposite leg in front, we'll do some Sufi circles. Circle around. And we'll stretch it out after we circle. And change the direction. Maybe as you're stirring around, you're even imagining like churning butter. Going to transform, transmute the energy, shifting it just like we do when we digest our food and it turns into our physical bodies. So too can we do with our energy impressions. Nice. And then circling back around. Now that second leg, we'll take that leg, stretch it out straight. And again, here we'll just do the rubbing action. So just to rub all the way down. And you'll start to feel a lot of things, perhaps maybe your low back, perhaps it's more awareness of the back of that straight leg. Just checking in, rubbing all the way down, inhaling back up. Saying hello to your foot if it's within reach, or waiting until you give that leg a bend so you can say hello to your foot and your toes. Just a little checking in. No, you are not ice cubes, you are toes. Are you sure? Yes. All right. Good, good, good. All right, from here, we will come back to our cross-legged position and your choice on which leg you would like to have in front. So opting for maybe your favorite cross or maybe the one that your knees or hips dictate. All right, so here I'd like to invite you to reach your arms all the way up. Letting them stay out of a V shape. Good. Now we'll take a nice full inhale here. Now exhale, please twist to your right and bring your right hand behind the left hand across. And then let's inhale back to center. Reaching up nice and spacious, and then exhale second side. So one hand comes behind, the other hand comes across. Keep it really spacious. Inhale, reach up, come to center. Nice. Exhale, sweeping to your twist. Inhale to center. Full breaths. Move with your breath, not my words. Exhale, twist. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Good. Inhale back to center, reaching up. And then exhale, sweep your arms all the way back down. All right, very good. We're going to do this again. And this time we'll bring in that double inhale. Oh, yay. I love it when it gets warm enough to take off layers. All right. So twisting helps us with the sense of fire in our center, in our belly, and the subtle energy body. It's the solar plexus, or that element of fire. It's what helps to transform the food that we eat, the impressions that we take in, and transforms it, turns it into either our physical bodies, right, or the impressions or filters that we wear. So twisting is great for that. So maybe we ate dinner a little too late and woke up when we still were feeling a little full. That's the kind of stuff that twist helps us to clear out. Maybe we spent too much time on Instagram and we have all those impressions. And again, we just want to twist those out. So this one, we'll do the double inhale and then we'll twist. So I'll show you first. So we'll do that 2 times to each side. So when you are ready, let's inhale, inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. Back to center. Inhale, inhale. Good. Second side, twist. Inhale, inhale, center. Good. Twist. One more time. Inhale, inhale. Good. Twist. Excellent. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, twist to your right, and we're going to stay. So as you're here in your twist, one hand behind, one hand across. Doesn't have to be the deepest twist ever. We don't have to wring the dishcloth until it is empty. We're just in our twist, mindful of the breath. Maybe your head is turning in the direction of your twist as well. Take a couple more very mindful breaths here, really aware of everything in your body. And even if there are any impressions or memories or emotions that are bubbling up, let them arise and then exhale, let them go. Good. Now, if you are turned to your right, keep your left hand onto your opposite leg, which would be your right. Good. Now reach your right arm up to the sky. Then we're going to lean away from our right knee. So we're leaning over, leaning away from it. You're going to hold on with your left hand to your right leg. Good. You're just going to lean over, over, over. So you're reaching over towards the left side. Good. Now you might experiment here with tiny, tiny movements, just maybe a softening of your elbow. That top arm can be either hand behind your head or fingertips on your shoulder. Just a couple more breaths here. This is a really big lateral stretch. Your rib cage is going to have so much more space. Good. All right. Now inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, release. Come back to center. Roll your shoulders. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Other way, rolling around. So you just open up that side body. There's a lot of energy moving through, lots more space in your intercostals. You're clearing out the congestion. Yeah, good. All right, now we'll take our twist to the second side. So with an inhale, reaching all the way up. And then twisting, perhaps this is to your left this time. Left hand behind, right hand across. So again, we'll stay. So your shoulders are relaxed and down. Notice if you could relax through your legs, through your hips, even through your buttocks, just really landing your foundation while you're breathing. So again, just those directions of the spine. Every day, finding the little dance of your spine. A couple more breaths, your head might be turning in the direction of your twist. Maybe your eyes are turning in the direction of your twist. Good. Now you'll stay in the twist. Right hand on that left knee. Now you reach your left arm up, 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 and then start to lean away from your left leg. So you're holding onto that leg and then reaching away from it. Oh, yeah. Maybe that top arm is hand on your shoulder or even hand on your hip if that feels better, or your perhaps left shoulder. Staying very mindful here. So there's lots of potential cobwebs in the side body, in the rib cage. So just breathing deeply, slowly, mindfully, taking care of yourself. Sticking with our intention of having harmony and balance within ourselves, so we contribute that to a global energy and beyond. All right, with an inhale, reach up, 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 up. Exhale, release your arm down, come back to center, and then do whatever you need. Maybe a little wiggle about, maybe just release, perhaps taking the opposite cross of your legs, or again, you could be sitting in a chair or up on a pillow. All right. So one more in our seated before we move on. We'll take our right ear towards our right shoulder. And then reach out through your left fingertips. Good. Now, if you would like, you might even use your right hand to kind of hold your head very lightly. Just a little hold so your head can really release into your fingers. And then maybe a little exploration, opening your left palm, your left arm. And breathing along the side of your neck. And perhaps a little opening of your arm slightly behind. You might not need to move it at all to feel exactly where the stretch needs to happen. And if you're holding your head, you might experiment with a little lift of your chin, very slow, gentle. Holding your head, so it just is rotating, turning. And then you could even help your head come up with that right hand. Inhale, come back up. Exhale. Very nice. Now, again, let yourself process that opening, that movement. So maybe just a little dance, maybe a little more of your porpoise. Oh, we forgot porpoise on the second side. So we can porpoise here. Waving the spine forward. Amazing. All right. All right, and then opening up our neck on the second side. So left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach your right fingers, right arm out to the side. Already there could be quite a stretch happening even into the space of your forearm, your elbow. And then your left hand could help just by gently holding your head. So just letting your head lean into your fingers, into your hand. And then maybe this is plenty. There's a lot going on. The option to turn your palm up. Moving your arm, a little farther back. Maybe not. If you're right-handed, this could be your extra fun side. And still continuing to breathe along the right side of your neck. And then if your head feels secure in your hand, you might just turn your chin a little up towards the sky, or even a little bit down, just to find where your neck will most benefit from the stretch. Keep breathing. Now again, you can use your left hand to really help to lift the weight of your head as you inhale, coming back up. And exhale. Good. Roll your shoulders, full breath in. Full breath out. rolled in the opposite direction. All right. Good. Got some of those rocks out of there. I have many rocks always, but this particular rock I got at the river in Austin. But it's funny because I feel like it could have just come out of my neck. Like, cleared the rocks out of there. All right. So now we will come down onto our back. So if you do have yoga blocks, and I could have mentioned this prior, you don't have to have one, but it is just an interesting exploration. If you would like to use the block, you place that between your thighs and then lowering down, you might just come all the way down onto your back, or you could take your time starting to turn up that inner furnace, bringing yourself down to the floor. And again, those of us in colder climates, helpful to ignite the fire in our bellies. So not a ton of core work, but just a touch, just giving us that ability to start to burn off winter, start to clear out some of that cold, dense, stuck energy that could have potentially accumulated, and priming us for spring. So, what is it? 39 days away, 30 days till it's officially. Okay, so if you do have the block between your thighs, you can hold that there. If you don't, that's fine. You can still do this, of course. Now here, you'll lift your legs up to a 90-degree angle. So having your legs up at the 90-degree angle. Now, checking in, aiming to have the small of your back pressing down towards the floor. Now here already, lots of core has to be working. So this may be where you decide to stay. Hands could come under your head, interlacing your fingers, if that works for your shoulders. You could also do this with arms by your side. Inhale fully, and let's exhale, beginning to lift head and shoulders. If your arms are down, you might just lift your arms, reaching towards the foot of your mat. And then inhale back down. If you have your hands under your head, same thing. We're going to exhale up, press the small of your back to the floor. Inhale back down. Slow and steady. We're just stoking that fire. Couple more times, and again, you might not be lifting your head and shoulders. You could just be having the strengthening of legs and table, working with that. It takes a lot of awareness through the back body to keep the core stable. We want to have a strong power at our navel center. Good. All right, one more time. And then release your head and shoulders. For a moment, take your arms out wide to the side, out at shoulder height. Now here, if it feels okay, you might turn your palms to face down towards the floor. And then just take your legs a little bit over to the left and a little bit over to the right. So again, you might still have the block hugging in between your thighs, or you could just have your legs in this bent position. Now, very mindful here. Feeling everything that's involved in the space of your muscles, bringing you back to center. Exhale to the twist. Inhale to center. Exhale. Now that might be opposite of Pilates breath. I'm not sure. Do what feels right for you. Once more to each side. Good. Come back to center. Now, if you have that block, you can keep it there. We're going to take our legs straight up to the sky. Let's slide our hands now under our hips. The hands coming under your hips. Now, option here, you might actually keep your legs bent and then begin to just piston your legs towards straight. You'll feel that resistance in your core, and then bend them back in. So that's one option. You can start to piston your legs out, straighten them. It could be as far off the floor as you want. Hands under your low back will help to keep you stabilized. So again, it's mindful movements. If you would like, with legs straight, you could experiment with starting to lower your legs bringing them down towards the floor. And then when you feel that resistance, bring them back. Again, very mindful, just giving yourself a bit of a challenge here. Not too much, but just enough to light that fire. So either pistoning or lowering. Good. Nice. And then one more time. Maybe if you're lowering, just pause, hover, just to feel that, and then bring it back up. Good job. Bending your knees in if you have the block. Let's keep it there, actually. And we're going to move into a twist again. Arms can come out, and we'll take our legs over to the floor on the left side. And then bring them back up. Use your core, squeeze in. And take your legs to the floor on the right side. Good. Bringing it back. And now, holding the back of your legs, we're going to rock up towards seated. Now, as you're rocking up, there's a block there, optional. You might rock your way towards boat. So as you come up, you might drop your toes. Stay lifted. Bring your legs maybe a little bit up, maybe not. Keep your chest and heart lifting, your shoulders relaxed. You can hold your legs or maybe release. Stay with your breath. Feel that you're building that strength at your core. You're harnessing and stoking your fire. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release. Good job. Take the block out of the way. Stretch your legs out. You again might just do a run down each leg. Full inhale, full exhale. All right. Now dinner's supposed to be our smallest meal. However, after that, you might have a fairly happy appetite, generous appetite. Let's come around onto hands and knees. All right. In your tabletop position, begin to move with your breath, cat and cow. Lift your sitting bones up towards the sky, lift your chin. And then exhale around your spine or your cat pose. Now, if you'd like to be a little more organic, maybe bringing in a little idea or feeling of that porpoise. Maybe as you move, you have a bit more of an exhale rounding, leaning back towards child's pose. Maybe as you're coming forward, bend your elbows, letting yourself really swoop in. You can also stay with the full cat and cow, just that usual movement, if that is providing you with just what you need. All right, from here, I invite you to move to child's pose for a moment. Your knees become a little wider apart. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Now, depending on the bend of your knees, maybe you lower to your forearms here, or shifting your hips back. Maybe your hips come towards your heels even more, and your arms and your head could rest onto the earth. Whichever variation you are in, tune into your breath. Really big stretch for your knees, your thighs, your ankles, opening through your low back, stretching through. Good. Smooth, even breaths here. On your next inhale, coming back up onto hands and knees. I'm going to turn the other side. This next one we'll do here in table, but if it is feeling like there's a bit much pressure on your knees, you can always experiment in down dog. All right, here, right leg back. Now, you might keep a bend in your right knee. Your foot is towards the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, Bring your knee over towards your right arm. You're going to exhale. Inhale, take that leg back again. Lift that foot up to the sky. And now bring your knee in towards your nose. You might round like you do for cat. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale your foot up to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee over to your right arm. A little squeeze out to the side. Good. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Good. Now take that right leg back behind you, stretch it long. Bring your toes down to the floor. Your right toes are on the floor and just rock a little forward and back. Just waking up the right calf. All right. Now, optional here, yogis, might be fun and interesting. Right foot is on the ground. You're going to be in 3 points of contact, your hands and your right foot. Experiment, maybe lift your left knee. Give it a lift up off the ground. Maybe you're staying there for another breath. And then when you're ready, lower that left knee back down. We're going to open up into a side plank. So sweep your left foot out. Take your right leg out long and let your right arm first reach up overhead. And then maybe you start to reach your right arm over. So again, a big lateral stretch. We're helping today clear and balance the kapha dosha. So earth and water. Anywhere that we're feeling any heaviness or stagnation, just getting that cleared out. All right, so this next one, we'll reach up, 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 and then come all the way up. So you're kneeling on that right, it's called left knee. Yeah, so we're up on that left knee. Left arm comes up to the sky, and then lean over towards your right side. Your right hand lightly sliding down your right leg. Good. Couple more full breaths here. Again, that top arm could be hand on your shoulder or hand on your hip if that's better for your shoulders today. And then we'll come back, slowly take your time, bring that left hand back to where we started. Lift your right leg, a little balance in here. Balance, balance, balance. Maybe bringing right elbow and right knee towards each other, balancing, squeeze, oh, touch it, and then reach it out long. Awesome. All right. Slowly lowering your foot back down, giving back to your table. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. If you would like, sitting back again in child's pose or sitting back on your heels, give a little twirl of your wrist. Taking a pause between sides. And you might be in child's pose if your knees prefer to not be bent all the way. You can stay there and even twirl your wrist and check in here. All right, and then we'll balance it out with the second side. So I'm going to turn again. And left foot, knee is bent, left foot towards the sky. Inhale here, exhale, bring your left knee towards your left outer arm. Squeeze. Inhale, take that leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee in towards your belly. Maybe rounding a bit here. Inhale, take your left foot up. That leg is still bent. Good. Again, left knee, left arm. Take it out, give it a squeeze. Inhale, take it up to the sky. Exhale, knee towards your nose, round. Good. Inhale, take that leg out long. Release your toes to the mat. And then again, just a little forward and back here, stretching your left calf. All right, now 3 points, hands, left foot is grounded, plugged in. Optional here, play with it. Lift your right knee. Ooh, lift it, hold it for just a second, maybe a little another second. Hold it if you would like to. When you're ready, let's lower it down. Good job. Sweep your right foot out for your variation of your side plank. So you're on your right hand. Your foot is swept out behind you like a kickstand. And let your left arm maybe reach overhead. Getting a big side body open here. A little movement optional, maybe softening that top elbow. All right, this is where we move to gate pose. So left arm, let it start to reach up. Bring yourself up, 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 up. Ooh, left hand to left leg, right arm up to the sky. And then starting to lean over towards the left side. Nice job. Slow and steady, smooth, even breaths. All right, bring your right hand back to where we started. We're going to balance on our side for a moment. So lift your left leg, optional here. Maybe left arm is reaching out, long line here, and then bring your knee and your elbow in for just one squeeze. Play with it, balancing. Good, and then stretch it out long. Awesome. All right, slowly bring your hand and your knee back around and down. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Now, if it's in your practice, move into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, press into your hands, and lift your knees up off of the mat. As you arrive in downward dog, you could pedal your heels. Shifting your weight a little here from side to side. And then we'll come back to table. Walk your hands forward, just one hand length. Shift forward and then lower down to your belly. Slide your elbows forward, propping up for a moment in Sphinx pose. Have your elbows under your shoulders or slightly in front. 3 breaths here. If it's a lot of compression for your low back, you might navigate moving your elbows a little farther forward. After your 3 breaths, hands come back under your shoulders, press up to table, and then slowly rounding back to child's pose. Steady with your breathing, noticing here, having raised your heart rate and activated in through your muscles, just this quiet, calming space in child's pose. And then transitioning around again. Coming all the way up and around and back onto your back. So here, if you did get warm enough to remove layers, you might opt to gather in your socks and layers again. As you lower down onto your back, you could take your time, slowly using that activated core as you lower down, and then give yourself a big stretch. So legs out long, arms overhead. Move your wrists and your ankles. And then bend both of your knees with your feet onto the mat. Your arms could come either into a cactus or goalpost position, maybe out into a T. Shift your feet a little wider apart on your yoga mat with your knees still bent, and start a windshield wiper motion here with your legs. So with your knees travel to one side, gently turn your head in the opposite direction, and then switching. Take your legs to the other side and turn your head. Continuing here, moving at the pace that's right for you. Go once more to each side. And then when you're ready, bring your knees back to center. Bringing your arms back in alongside of your body. And now let's bring just the right knee in. So have your right leg in, either hold in front of your shin or perhaps behind your thigh. And straighten your left leg out along the mat. Take 3 breaths right here, just like this. From here, one more twist. Use your left hand to guide your leg across the midline of your body. So your right arm might open to the floor while you move into the twist. You could roll all the way towards your left hip. Or just begin to move the leg across your midline. Head could stay centered or turning your head to the right. 3 full breaths in your twist. And then come back to center. Give that right leg a squeeze again. And then send your right leg out long, big full body stretch. And then left knee into your chest. Again, finding a hold of your leg that is comfortable so you can hug it directly in towards your body for 3 balanced breaths. And as you are ready for your twist, let your left arm open to the floor and use your right hand to guide your leg across your body. Your head might turn to the left if that's comfortable for your neck. 3 breaths in your twist. Guide your head and your knee back to center. Hug that same leg, that left knee in again before extending your leg out long. Feel the release through the front of your hip and thigh. Big stretch here. So clearing the energy from your center, extending it out, clearing it out through your arms, your legs. You might move your fingers and toes again. And then we'll do our heel rocks. So your heels will be stuck onto the sticky mat. Arms can come down by your sides. And you will flex and point your feet, your ankles. This creates a bouncing action through your body. So as you're bouncing, you might notice if your head even gets a little bit of a bob going on here. And just continue this motion, helping to release and clear your lymph system, Let's keep bouncing, 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 rocking your heels. Couple more moments here. Keep going. Let's that bouncing. And then slow it down and release. Now take a pause here. We'll have a chance to set up for Shavasana, but just enjoy stillness to really notice. Expanding your awareness. As you tune into the various sensations, energies, temperatures. Now it may be that you are ready to just stay in stillness and dissolve into your Shavasana. If there are any other movements that you would like, you can find those here before settling into your stillness. Mindfully placed, fully letting go. If you would like a cleansing exhale, you could inhale through your nose, and then open your mouth, exhale, and let go. Scanning through, noticing maybe it's the kind of day where we took in a little extra impressions. Maybe we'd like to exhale and let go a little bit more. Just giving that added intention to really release anything that we don't need, surrendering away, digesting and releasing. Now, as you pause in your stillness, inviting this to be the most spacious experience, having cleared all of the energy and stickiness from your physical body, from your mental body, from your emotional body. Notice the space in and around your heart. Notice the space in your body, perhaps even picturing your body emanating light. All of those side bends and lateral stretches really opening and expanding, inviting more and more prana. Prana, that life force energy, spacious in and around all of the cells of your body. All of the layers of yourself, open, clear, bathed in that healing light. Notice in that spaciousness, the feeling of relaxation, of ease, perhaps a feeling very familiar, similar to that feeling we have just before falling asleep or upon awakening. That palpable awareness and connection to that essence which is beyond the physical form, beyond the mind, beyond the body. And friends, if you have time in your schedule, if you have a little extra space, you might stay here in Shavasana another few minutes. And then when you are ready to move, you can begin to bring little movements of your fingers and your toes, a gentle turn of your head, and a soft deepening of your breath. transition in a way that helps you to stay most connected to that pure presence. Staying relaxed and at ease in your connection to self. You might roll to either side and take a few moments, taking a few breaths as you pause, transitioning slowly. Eventually, find your way back to a seated position. Your eyes might remain closed. As you arrive at seated, hands could rest on your legs or in your lap. Fully tuned into your inner landscape, this inner knowing, deep connection to the essence at your center. And then to seal in your practice, guide your hands together again in front of your heart. And softening an inner reverence of bowing to that light within. And here I'd like to invite you to either find a humming or maybe an om. Just a few rounds of breath, just allowing the vibration of the vibration on your lips. The resonance in your heart center. In the quiet, in the space of the mind. The light in me bows to the light in you. May the benefits that we receive from our practice be extended off of the mat into all beings, bringing harmony and balance to all. Om Shanti, Om Peace. Peace be with you, and Namaste. Thank you, friends. Enjoy your evening. Have a wonderful evening. The video will be posted on the Facebook page. So if you